Namaste and welcome. Great to practice with you. For supplies, I just have a cushion with my mat if you want to have something nearby. And sometimes we'll sit on this like a prop, but for the first pose, the cushion will just be like grounding and comfort. Go ahead and lie on your back. And if you want, the cushion is going to rest on your belly. When you lie flat, many of us are comfortable with legs straight and flat on the ground. It's always an option to bend your knees and plant your feet if your back doesn't feel comfortable the other way. Feel free to take stretches like arms overhead, stretch forward through your heels. Soften your eyes as you come to a place of stillness with your breath. Relax in the center of your body. Feel the rhythm of your breath and how this rhythm connects you with the rhythm of life. The current in the water, the weather patterns, the constellations, and your own life force. These are all parts of the rhythm of life. As you relax into your breath, let's enjoy a few quiet moments to simply be part of the universe. To take off like a constricting hat if there are thoughts or things constricting you mentally or emotionally. You can just take off that hat that's a little tight right now. Get a bigger perspective. Part of the rhythm of life as you connect with your breath. Place your awareness with your breath. Smooth out the way you breathe. So there's a similar pace through the beginning, middle, and end of each in-breath. And same for your out-breath. Same pace, beginning, middle, and end. And without any stress, just smoothing out your breath in a way that works for your system today. Sometimes I will count my breath. Then the first goal is an even number or the same number for inhale and exhale. And just an option is to elongate your exhalation. That's a wonderful down regulating method for our nervous system. So if your inhale might be 4 counts long, maybe there's a slight pause after inhale And then exhale might be 6 counts, for example. So another few moments with a regulated breath, gentle regulated breath. In the Chinese medicine calendar, autumn brings our awareness to the lungs and large intestine. And these allies are helping us to take in the good, take in the new, and release what no longer serves. Stretch a little bit, arms overhead. Place props off to the side and give your knees a squeeze. Rock the low back a bit side to side. Little side crunch as the knees come closer in on each side. Breathe in all the way. Breathe out and hug your knees. Hands around the knees, or if it works to sandwich your elbows around your knees, then just stay in a little ball for another breath. Release head to mat and take your knees to the right for a twist. Stretch the left arm out. Look toward the left and the right. Finish your exhale in the twist. Inhale, raise your knees and set it up for the other side. Exhaling to the left. Right arm extends long, like the letter T. Head looks to the right and to the left. Center your knees, plant the feet. Arms long by your side. Walk the shoulder blades under your back. And if it feels good on your arms, sit on the back of your wrists, or however long your arms are. You're kind of sitting on your hands or your wrists. Take legs up into the sky. Activate through the ball mound of the foot. So it's like a high-heeled shoe shape in your foot. Connect with your breathing, and we'll do little scissor leg lifts. So one foot crosses above the other, legs stay straight, and you're reaching out through the base of the toes. And then without bowing your low back, so low back stays right where it is, legs might lower a little bit and then lift up toward the ceiling. So we'll just stay on that movement. Breathe down into your core and take stress out of your upper body, out of the neck and shoulders. Great. Let's take 3 more full breaths with that movement. Aware of your toes, as well as the knees lengthening, legs nice and straight. Great job. Bend knees to chest. Let them soften here. If you need a break to get off of your hands, just take that break. Our next movement, I call it swimming circles. It's a little bit like breaststroke or frog swimming. So knees come to chest, and then we do like a butterfly pose. Knees open, feet together. And you'll bring the feet forward as much as your low back wants, and then sandwich your knees, hug them in toward the chest. So taking some slow circles. And you get to decide how long your feet reach forward based on the support you have for your back. Deep breath. Take 2 more cycles of the movement. Nice. Rock and roll up and down your spine. Rock forward until you get into table pose. Open up hands and feet, palms wide. Toes may flip under. Circle your shoulders around the palm of the hand. Yeah, same idea for the feet. Shift your hips back, get a stretch under each toe. Flip one hand over so your palm is up, fingers point back toward the knee, and same idea. It's okay if that elbow is not all the way straight. Deep breath. Trade hands. So hand flips, back of the hand on the mat, fingers point back toward your knee. And with our yoga perspective, we're using our body to have an experience that is unlimited by the body. So always just keeping that little bit of wiggle room in your awareness. Release your hands and make your way back into downward dog. Hips lift as you pedal your feet. Shrug and unshrug your shoulders. There's a great shoulder flossing movement. I'm going to talk through it in case you want to look up here and see what's going on. So you'll bend your elbows, maybe 30%, point the elbows to the side, and then rotate your elbows to point more toward your feet. Keep them bent and then straighten. Bend elbows out to the side, point elbows to your feet as you straighten the arms. Yeah, so kind of flossing your shoulders, just getting extra movement. Nice. One more cycle like that. Walk feet to front of mat, standing forward fold. Take a moment to hang. Maybe you hold hands to opposite elbows. A little shake in your spine. Finish your exhale in the pose, getting a little heavier toward the earth. As you inhale, rise up by rooting your feet. Arms sweep overhead, deep breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center. A moment to connect with your breath in this moment. And just that gentle awareness, opening lungs, lung and large intestine connection for the autumn. Make your way into the chair pose. In our fall class, I've been enjoying building some heat. So we're gonna sit into the chair, sweep your arms either up in a letter V or out and down like a capital letter A. And either arm position, palms are facing forward. Full exhales, using core muscles to finish the breath. Full inhales, open up your back and your shoulders. Next, inhale, straight legs, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale for flat back. Exhale, walk back into plank. Find a comfortable plank for 5 breaths. Slightly tweeze hands toward one another. Also slightly tweeze hands toward the feet as you lengthen the back of the knees. Heart shines forward. There's always room for a little shrug and unshrug in the shoulders when you're in plank. Finding the flexibility with your strength. Nice job. One more breath, getting nice and warm. Exhale down to your belly. Let's move through the locust. Stretch arms back behind you, lengthen through your legs. Breathe in to lift off, heart, arms, legs up. Exhale, melt down. Find that movement with your breath. After you exhale, plant hands. Inhale, back bend of choice. Exhale, downward dog. Lead with your right foot. Come forward to front of mat. Soften in standing forward fold. Root through your feet as you rise up. Inhale, arms high, open heart. Exhale, hands together by your heart. Full breath in, letting go as you exhale. Have a seat into the chair. And in this round of chair, option for a drinking bird pose. This is where we shift up onto the tiptoes. Arms like the capital letter A, shoulder blades closer together, or arms up in the capital letter V. Deepen breath, smooth it out, nice job. If heels are lifted, wait for that exhale and drop them down. Next inhale, stand tall, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for a flat back, half lift. Exhale down and walk back into your plank. Space feet, one footprint apart for a side plank movement. Heels swivel like windshield wipers side to side. If you'd like to shift onto one hand, raising the other one. Little tip, if that's a lot on your wrist, the bottom knee can always drop down for support. Pivot to the other side. In side plank, I recommend unshrugging the bottom shoulder, so you're really lifting out away from the ground. And just one more visit to each side of your side plank. If neck gets tight, just do a little head rotation. Remind your neck that it can soften. Center in plank, down to your belly. For the three breaths in the locust, these breaths could be flowing like before, or you may like to hold steady. Legs are pressing long, toes spread wide, reaching toward the back. Let's actually add 2 more breaths. It's feeling really good to be in the locust for me. If you want to rest, no problem. Back of the head lengthens forward, slight nod in the chin. When you exhale, come on down, palms beside the chest. Inhale for a back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Lead with left foot. Breathe freely as you step to front of mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand and rise. We're gonna stay lifted, arms high in the sky. Take that V shape, kind of a funnel with your arms. Fill up your lungs and visualize this funnel for higher energy, cosmic energy. And when we connect to energy in the yogic sense, there's a permeability that we're not reaching for something that we lack, but rather opening to a deeper dimension of our own nature. Nice. Drop your arms. If you like to stand still or enjoy a little twist, swinging arms side to side. Find your way into Yogic Squat. Toes turn out just a little as you sit down and back. We've got a few breaths here, offering to stay on your feet or play with a little crow balance. For that, hands are much like plank. Elbow bend is going to point toward the back of your mat. And I find just having like a little perch where the knees can kind of squeeze around the sides of the upper arm. Another moment in your squat or in your crow. Nice. Walk yourself back into plank. Enjoy a moment to flow. And next transition, we're meeting in table. From table, walk knees closer together, and we'll be doing the awkward airplane movement. So right knee stays bent. Bend your left elbow kind of like a robot, so 90-degree bend in that arm. And your left arm and your right leg are kind of mirror images of each other as they press out to the side. Steady breathing. Heart is open, so it's not any cat and cow in your spine, just a long spine. As we wake up the rotator muscles, the deepest muscle group of shoulder and hip. Hold knee and elbow out to the side comfortably, and we're going to do tiny pulses, just 2 inches up and down, counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7. Nice job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change sides. The nice thing is the second side is brand new. So we'll go right into that side movement. Awkward airplane. Knee bends out to the side. Probably the knee is not going to lift as high as your hip. And in doing the movement, you guys know about your alignment, that the sacrum is going to stay pretty level as opposed to lifting the left side pelvis to get the knee up higher. Yeah, so we're lifting the knee more than we're lifting the left hip. Nice, full breathing. Great job. Let's take that countdown. So comfortable lift, an elbow and knee, and then just tiny pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, smiling and light. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Child's pose after that. Let your elbows rest on the mat. Palms may turn up if that feels good as you rotate wrist. Rise up, downward facing dog. Make your way to standing. And now we'll face the long side of the mat. If you want to grab a drink of water or coffee, whatever you have. And yogis are allowed to drink coffee. Unless it makes you crazy, then maybe you don't drink it. Sometimes I think yoga people get really obsessed with what they do or don't eat. And I can say that from experience, so I don't have to get lost in that. Just have to keep doing your practice, not dieting or not dieting. All right, let's come out wide on the mat. For the goddess pose, heels in, toes wide. Warm up your legs, bend and straighten into the knees. We're gonna hold in goddess. So stay in that knee bend. Why don't we do, see what's a good arm position? Maybe I'll do we'll do fist to palm. So you have something to press into, opening your shoulders. Sensitive to your foot placement. A sense of rooting so you can release down as you breathe. Building strength of body and spirit as you hold your pose. Slight nod to the chin. That contemplative gesture, relaxing the mind. 3 more breaths in your pose. Doing great. Nice job. Soften arms, straighten legs. Walk legs together. And we're going to do the saluting the 4 directions. It's a really wonderful flow. Let me tip up the camera so you can see a little more of what my upper body is doing. Is that Sue? Hey, you made it. Great. Nice to see you. Yeah, great. This is wonderful sequence for the nerves of neck, shoulders, arms. And we're simply just standing. So legs are Tadasana, feet. Take hands together by your heart. And if you'd like to coordinate with facing certain directions, we're just honoring each of the 4 directions, starting with the north. Deep breath in. Exhale, press palms forward. Inhale, trace the horizon wide to the side. Exhale, fingertips to third eye. Look upward. Inhale, straight arms, press hands to the ceiling and drop your chin. Exhale, arms to the side, wide, halfway down, exhale, or I don't remember what breath it is. Point your fingers down, comb the fingers together. Breathe to your heart. Exhale, hands together, and then we simply bow to honor the north. And if you'd like to change directions, honoring the east, deep breath in. Exhale, press palms forward. Inhale, trace the horizon. Exhale, tilt head up, fingertips to third eye. Inhale, drop chin, arms up. Exhale, arms down to T, and then look, point your fingers down. So you're opening the outer wrist. Inhale, comb the fingers together. Exhale, hands in namaste as we bow to the east. Facing the south, deep breath in. Exhale, press hands forward. Inhale, trace wide, open heart. Exhale, tip head back, fingertips to third eye. Inhale, straight arms, level chin. Exhale, arms wide. First, open the heel of the hand and then the back of the wrist. Inhale, comb the fingers to the heart. Exhale, namaste as we bow to the south. Last round, honoring the west with your inhale. Exhale, press forward. Inhale, reach wide. Exhale, fingertips to third eye, tilt head back. Inhale, level chin, arms up. Exhale, arms wide, open the outer wrist. Inhale, comb the fingers up to your heart. Exhale, bow to the west. And just stay in your forward fold. A little yes and no movement starting with the head and neck. And we do the yes and no just all the way through the spine with a sense of detail. So just moving through your neck vertebrae, shaking yes and no. Move through the thoracic spine, the spine that attaches to all of your ribs, between your shoulders and under the shoulders. Yeah, articulating your vertebrae. And I always find my spine just keeps melting further down as that movement progresses down the spine. One more full breath in your forward fold. Slowly rise up, reach arms wide and to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. Make your way to the short side of the mat. Nice to see everybody. Hope you're feeling great. Let's see if this cuts off my head. Pretty good. All right, so short side of mat. We'll be coming into warrior three. So I've got arm options like before. We have capital letter A, also hands behind the back. Balance into your left footprint and slowly kick the right leg back. Think of the movement fueled by the right leg lift more than the spine going forward and down. So right leg is really pressing, and then your spine just replies to that movement. Rotate right leg internally to point pinky toe down toward the floor. Try to straighten the back of the right knee as your heart reaches forward. 2 more breaths, warrior three. Great, step back, big step back. We're coming into warrior one. So sole of the back foot is flat on the mat. You might want to bend and straighten the front knee. Take arms high as you breathe in and lunge into the front knee. Hold hands to back of head and elbows open wide, really breathing through the pec area. This is the start of the lung meridian, helping us ourselves to open up. Maybe your breath gets a little deeper. Exhales could be audible, making a sound as you release. Nice job. Straighten out the front leg. We're coming into the pyramid. So hands behind you, breathing in deeply. Exhale, straight leg as you fold forward. First part of the pose, I'll encourage a neutral spine. So just staying long. So the back of your heart is in line with the back of your pelvis. Building back strength. Second half of the pose, all about release. Hands might come to the mat or one hand to your leg. Soften your spine and let it lengthen forward and down. Both sides of the spine lengthening equally. Lunge into the left knee. Walk your right foot a little further back, and we're coming up toward warrior two position. I always need to walk my front foot more toward the midline of the mat, so the feet are kind of on the same line. Nice. Inhale, reach arms up, straighten front leg. Exhale, extended side angle. Lunge into the left knee, sweep the right arm up overhead. Your choice to have the left hand down on the mat. I like to have it on the inside of the foot, and then you can kind of leverage your arm against your knee to help yourself open up. Elbow on the thigh is a wonderful way to support your spine. And find a place of balance. 2 more breaths in your pose. Nice, hands down to the mat. Lower your back knee. Let's take a half splits. Hands on either side of your left foot. Straighten out your left leg. And for this, you might walk your back knee a little further back. I try to have the hips pretty much above that knee. Left toes could flex and point as you find a good area to open up along your leg. Bend left knee, plant that foot flat. Walk up into standing splits, shift forward. And we're gonna retrace our steps up through warrior 3. You've got 3 breaths for that process. Really take your time, leading with your spine. All the way up to stand. A moment to integrate if you'd like to twist your spine or be still and breathe. Warrior 3, balancing on the right footprint. So your choice, we have the capital A arm position or hands behind your back. If you have the hands interlaced, just put the weird thumb on top as you fold forward. Press and reach through the left leg. So that's fueling the pose, the lift of your left leg. And spine just folds forward to match that angle. So just to give an example, sometimes I think of like a pair of scissors just part way open is a great way to establish warrior 3. You're finding a position that you can navigate the wobbles, in which you can navigate the wobbles. Very strong pose, one of my harder poses. Left hip level with the right. Right side body just as long as the left side body. One more inhale. Exhale, big step back. We've got warrior 1 with that heart opening position. So lunge into the front knee, sweep your arms up. Activate the left leg, really pushing back into that pinky edge of the left foot. Hands cup the back of the head as you open wide through your elbows. Another great pose. I always get the image of just opening the window, letting in the fresh air. This could be the where you exhale and make a sound. Straighten front leg, headed for pyramid or Parsvottanasana. Long spine, right hip reaches slightly back as you hinge forward. First part of the pose, creating spinal alignment. Lots of strength through the back leg. A line of strong energy through the back leg and out through your spine. Second half of the pose, all about release. Hands might touch the mat or touch the front leg. And it's also okay if your front knee bends just a little bit when you relax. One more breath as you soften through the upper back and shoulders. Lunge into your right knee. Walk the left foot a little further back as you come up for warrior two. Reset feet so that you're on the median of your mat. Inhale, straight legs, arms reach up. Exhale, Utthita Parshva Konasana, extended side angle. And with all standing poses, the feet have a purpose. The placement of the feet follows the purpose of your feet. So really tune in. How could your feet support your knees? How could your feet support the hip opening aspect of your pose? I find that when the legs can bear the weight of the pose, then this frees up our spine to release and open. Long breaths as you move through the surface tension of the pose and go in depth. In depth in the physical sense and also a subtle sense. One more inhale here. Exhale to the earth. Ground your left knee. And finishing the side with the half splits. You may want to walk the back knee further back. I have a soft carpet here at home, but you are always welcome to add padding under the knees, like a double thickness of your mat, or some people put like a towel or blanket under the knee. A great engagement I do in this pose is to drag the front heel slightly back so the knee bends 2%. And then from there, the whole spine can reach forward and release down. Bend the right knee, transition forward. We've got standing splits. Trust the strength of your right leg as you lift your heart. And we've got 3 breaths to move through warrior 3 all the way to standing. Nice. Up on tiptoes, yogic squat, have a seat. This is feeling really nice. Wasn't planning on teaching a twist in there, but in the yogic squat, if you kind of brace like one arm against the thigh and then the other arm can reach out, even up alongside your ear as hips sink down and back. And take a twist over to the other side. So arm against the thigh and whatever part of the arm reaches, you know, but you're just leveraging against that, reaching up and back. Sink weight into your tailbone and heels as the arm reaches the opposite direction. Nice. Let's make our way down to the belly, getting grounded. A couple breaths in crocodile. Hands stack to make a pillow for your head. And some of the purpose behind the next poses Opening up sides of the chest, opening up our lung meridian. For the bow, Dhanurasana, lift your heart, bend your knees, reach hands back for your ankles. And we all know it's not about reaching your feet, but what you learn along the way. So if you are reaching, that is a great version of the pose. Kick feet back, lift your heart, and breathe. Deep massage for internal organs. One more breath. Slowly release. And we're coming into little wing. Bend your elbow 90 degrees with the palm flat on the ground. Slide the fingers forward an inch. Left hand is like a cobra, just flat on the ground by your chest. And just roll any amount onto the right arm. We have some time to unroll and reposition your right arm. I personally like to explore just an inch forward and up at a time. This is a pose where I encourage you to focus on the shoulder and chest opening and place less emphasis on doing something special with your leg or hip. Even though that's, well, of course it's fun. It's not like you shouldn't do something fun, but definitely get the goods for your shoulder. Another breath here to release. That's it. Let's roll to the belly and change arms. Left arm in that 90-degree bend. Right hand is set up like a cobra. Slide left fingers forward 2 inches and roll any amount to the left side. And just lots of compassion. Some of us are ultra tight here. So really don't bypass, don't try to make the outward pose super big. Really just go for that stretch. Like right, kind of if you trace, here while you're doing the pose, I'll just like show you like locating. If you trace the front wall of your armpit, that's your pec. And that's like right where we're trying to stretch. At any point, you unroll and just reposition the arm to stretch another part of this fan-shaped muscle. Breathability is also a great indicator of how far to push in a stretch. There's room like a rubber band would flex and stretch, not pulled to its limit of breaking. This flexibility of our muscles. Nice job. Roll down to your belly and then just roll over onto your back. We'll be on our back for the rest of the class. So if you want to have like sweater nearby, I will give the option for a puffy cushion. I'm kind of changing my mind as I said that. I did want to do one more back stretch, I think. So before you lie down, let's sit up again. Sorry about that. Seated forward fold, long spine, long legs. A great pose where you could be sitting up a little bit to wedge your pelvis more in the direction of the fold. Breathe in with arms reaching up and dive out and forward. Try to lengthen the front of your body along the front of your legs. Head may look side to side as you rotate neck and upper back to find deeper release in your pose. I'll leave it up to you when your time is done in this position. Feel free to stick around if it's hitting the spot. Next transition is lying on your back. Recline pigeon, hug right knee to chest. Take hands around the shin bone. So you might lift your upper body a little bit. Little note, I personally love having a pillow in this pose. Some of us like to hook elbows around the lower leg, or there's sort of a forklift thing where your elbows hook onto the shin. Let your upper body release back, lower body softens. Let the breath open up in the center of your hips. Release your arms. Take the right knee across your body for a twist. Right arm reaches out. Change legs. Right leg flat on the mat, left knee in toward the chest. And we'll just start the leg cradle for a reclined pigeon. Side note, some of you guys were in class on Tuesday and I taught pigeon with like more of an extreme knee position, and I think I paid for it. I think my knee didn't feel as good. I was trying to like go past my boundary a little bit, but I definitely went a little too far. So for what it's worth, you know, good to explore, but then, oh yeah, that was a little much. Find your arm position and release into pigeon. Release hands and finish with the twist. Left knee over to the right, left arm reaches out. Untwist yourself. Remove pillow if you used it. And we'll finish with a symmetrical movement, either knees to chest or happy baby. And if there's other things your body is wishing for before you relax, please listen to your body. Add a sweater if you'd like to be extra warm. And set yourself up for Shavasana, final resting pose. As we started class, you may like to take the cushion for grounding and comfort onto your belly. Return to your breath. With focus on the breath, make your connection to the rhythm of life and really the mystery and wonder of your own life. The mystery of consciousness and what a gift it truly is to be alive and conscious. Release into your relaxation in the way you would relax by watching the ocean waves or watching the night sky. And we're just at the hour now in case you need to move on to the next part of your day. Give yourself a few deeper breaths to soften and just receive deeply from your practice. If you have the opportunity and wish to rest longer, that is definitely available. If it's time to move along, go ahead and stretch, wake up your body. Roll on your side and take your time coming up to seated. Savor the effect of your practice and consider what you would like to take with you for the rest of the day. With deep gratitude, thank you for being here. Namaste.